Anyone can influence their world and leave a lasting impact. Some become leaders of the free world, some dream of equality for all, and some break extraordinary boundaries in the world of science. Marie Curie was just the person to extend past the known boundaries of science, especially as a woman. The beginning of her journey was rough and full of trials. Monia Sklodowska, later known as Marie Curie, was born on November 7, 1867 in Warsaw, Poland. Her father taught physics and mathematics, which may have helped Monia excel in her studies, for she was an exceptional student. Despite her achievements in school, Monia suffered loss at home. Two of her sisters became ill with typhus, and one did not survive the sickness. After suffering several years with tuberculosis, her mother passed away when Monia was 13 years old. Through these hardships, Monia found a love for knowledge. She soon realized women in Poland would not be able to further expand their education if they stayed in that country. In autumn 1891, Monia left for Paris. There she changed her name to its French version, Marie. There were many freedoms now available to her, and she entered the University of Paris to study science. Among almost 2,000 students enrolled, she was one of only 23 women, and only 1 out of 2 women pursuing a career in science. These staggering odds only motivated Marie to work harder. In 1893, Marie earned a master's degree in physics. A year later, she earned a master's degree in mathematics. Marie graduated second in the entire class, yet she still scolded herself for not being first. In the spring of 1894, Marie was assigned a project to study the magnetic properties of different types of steel. It was while working on this project that a teacher introduced her to a 35-year-old scientist, Pierre Curie. Originally, Marie had wished to work with Pierre for his laboratory space. However, these two scientists had chemistry, and on July 26, 1895, they were married. Upon arriving home from the newlyweds' bicycle trip through the countryside, Marie delved right into her work. To receive her PhD, she had to complete a large research project. She chose to research the discovery of uranium made by physicist Henry Becquerel. Marie set out to find a new element that was even more radioactive than Henry's glow-in-the-dark uranium. Pierre began to neglect his own experiments to assist Marie. About this time, however, Marie's work had to be pushed aside due to her pregnancy. On September 12, 1897, the Curie's first daughter, Irene, was born. Soon, Marie resumed her work on the research project. The Curie's work progressed at a rapid pace. Having established a measurable amount of radioactivity, Marie was almost certain she had discovered a new element. Marie promptly announced her discovery and named it polonium, after her beloved country. Though Marie had already discovered one element, she still was not satisfied and set out to find a second element, one that behaved exactly like barium. 4 months later, on a December morning, Marie finally produced a substance whose radioactivity registered 900 times greater than that of pure uranium. On December 19, 1898, this newly discovered powerful substance was named radium, from the Latin word radius, or ray, because of the glowing rays emanating from the element. In this journey of discovery, Marie and Pierre were equally involved as they were in life. They realized their task would be easier if they worked on different aspects of the problem. Pierre took over the physics aspect, researching and exploring the nature of radium's activity, while Marie acted as the chemist. The days of work and experimenting soon became months, then years. In July 1902, Marie entered her 4th year in their makeshift laboratory. There she finished her research project.
In 1903, Marie received her PhD in science and won her first Nobel Prize, which was shared with Pierre and Becquerel. Marie was not welcomed into the science world, however. Some people believe that only Pierre and Becquerel should be announced for this award, and Marie was only an impoverished young student, not a potential competitor. Because of Pierre's stubbornness and persistence, Madame Marie Curie's name was added to the award. The 1903 Nobel Prize made no mention of the elements radium and polonium. In fact, many people did not believe these elements even existed. Reacting to this criticism, Marie began to study until she proved them wrong. After experimenting with radium, the Curies discovered that it could kill living cells. While healthy cells grew back, cancer cells did not. Marie accurately predicted that radium could be used to treat certain types of cancer. Curie therapy was developed in France, which used radium in the form of radiation to treat certain types of cancer. A year had passed since the Curies and Becquerel received the Nobel Prize, and their life had changed completely. The Curie's second daughter, Eve, was born on December 6, 1904. Her birth did not slow the experiments. Pierre said the only way they could keep up with their work was by avoiding all physical fatigue. Though Pierre had observed the death of laboratory animals when exposed to radium, neither of the Curies associated their deteriorating health with their beloved substance. They often could not sleep at night because of the pain and were constantly suffering from fatigue. Also, their makeshift laboratory was damp and unheated, and the roof badly leaked. Despite their health, they felt it was necessary to continue their experiments no matter what. 2 years later, tragedy hit the Curie family. On April 19, 1906, while crossing a busy Paris street on a rainy day, Pierre Curie was killed by a horse-drawn cart. Marie was devastated over her best friend and partner's death. To get through her tough time, she lived off the words Pierre had once told her. Whatever happens, even if one should become like a body without a soul, still one must always work. She returned to her experiments and took over her husband's classes at the University of Paris. In 1911, Marie won her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for the discovery of polonium. By this time in her life, Marie was known around the world for her discoveries and contributions to science. In 1912, she was named director of the newly created Radium Institute. With help from her daughter Irene, Marie influenced a program that used mobile X-ray machines to help wounded soldiers in World War I. In 1921, Marie and her daughters journeyed to the United States. After attending a ceremony held in her honor, Marie was awarded a gram of radium priced at $100,000 by President Warren G. Harding. After returning home, her health prevented her from working on her experiments, and on July 4, 1934, Marie Curie died of leukemia at age 67. Ironically, the leukemia was possibly a result from handling radium with her bare hands for so many years. This might be an indication of just how seriously Marie took her work. It was sacrifice and determination that raised the standards of science as a whole. Marie created meticulous methods of observation and data recording and founded 2 research institutes where young scientists could be trained in scientific procedures. Today, the Marie Curie Research Institute investigates the causes and treatments of cancer. Marie Curie scientists are at the forefront of cancer research, focusing on how cells of the body should normally work, what causes the process to go wrong leading to cancer, and how better treatments can develop. The Research Institute is part of a larger network called Marie Curie Cancer Care, which includes hospices around the United Kingdom that employ more than 2,700 nurses, doctors, and other healthcare professionals. Because of Marie's unrelenting spirit, her actions opened doors previously barred to women in a profession dominated by men. This individual in history fought for acceptance and refused to be treated as anything but equal. Marie Curie dedicated her life to science out of a profound belief that the benefits of her discoveries far outweighed the danger. Her legacy has saved and prolonged millions of lives.
When she's 21, they told her she had 3 months to live, and she's been living like 35 years since then.
So I'm still here.
I'm standing here now.
I'm a survivor.
You can survive.
Absolutely.
My life changed that day. You know? It did. For better.